Hey, we got two great guests on the air today from Mason County PUD number 3, Ali Burgess and Joel Myer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on the air. Ali, it's your first time here on the air with us.
It is.
So tell us a little bit of quick background on yourself.
I've been at the PUD for about 4 years. I am the safety and environmental assistant. And we were just talking, I majored in wildlife ecology. So we have a
Perfect fit.
Osprey project, yeah.
You can go to pud3.org/service and in your community and the link there to Osprey. We'll put the, good for you, Joel. You got the notes there.
Oh,
I
That's
love
all
it.
covered.
I love it.
pud3.org/Osprey.
Need
So
to make a T-shirt of that.
this has been quite a exciting thing to watch and see develop over the last couple months here. We see, when was the first time the Osprey was seen up there, and where is the location of this right now?
So the first Osprey we saw, well, last year is when they first started coming around and when we built the platform. This year, after the platform was up, the male returned on April 9th, I believe it was.
And the reason for having to build that platform for them was what?
Their nests and the birds themselves are protected by U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And so with their nest being built on top of one of our poles, it was not only endangering the system, but it was endangering the birds and their nest. It's a fire hazard. There's a risk of electrocution because they have up to a 5-foot wingspan.
Wow.
And so we built this really cool nest platform in-house.
Oh, look, there you are on the video. I love that. Very cool.
Yeah. And we were able to use a pole that was no longer being used in our system, and the nest was inactive, so we had to move pretty quickly. You can move inactive nests without a permit, so it worked out. Perfect timing.
Was there a space or distance that you had to keep within to have them kind of be familiar with the area, or is there any concerns with that?
No, Osprey usually just like to be on the tallest structure, and the pole they were on, I believe, was only about a 50-foot pole, and so the pole we put in was 90 foot. So
wow.
they took to it right
They're
away.
like, that's too
Yeah.
little for me. Come on.
So we see the Osprey on April 9th, and then there's 3 of them on April 15th.
Yeah.
How is this working here? I'm guessing 2 males and a female. And
Correct.
Where the drama comes in.
Tell us more.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really rare for Osprey to be polygamous. They mate for life. And so I actually had to do some research on this. I was not familiar at all with this. And typically, if it's a younger female or younger birds, then the males will compete to be her mate, to be the chosen one.
Nice.
So yeah, we think that that's probably what's going on based on that. And they can return between March and April. The later they return could indicate that they're younger. There's just several signs that we're thinking they're probably younger birds. And because they're still kind of competing for her, she hasn't laid any eggs and made it. Yeah, I guess she's picky.
Wow.
She's been very well fed, I might want to add to this too, because as Ali was saying, they're competing for her. So what they do is they go out and catch fish or other critters and bring them back, and she just
sits there and waits.
That's right. Yeah.
Fight amongst yourselves. Go ahead.
Is there a deadline that would be, we need the eggs laid by a certain date before the winter hits or anything like that?
So typically they're mating through April and May, and then they'll lay eggs by June.
Oh, wow.
So we're past that point. I don't
Sure.
think we're going to see any eggs this year, but they'll still stick around and work on the nest probably through September, and then they'll migrate south to Central America, and then because they have a high nest site fidelity, they'll return next year.
Okay.
Nice.
Just start right back into it.
Yeah.
This is a primo nest site also, because they like to be near water so they can get fish. And so this pole is like right between Oakland Bay and
There's Island Lake, there's
yeah.
Johns Creek.
Oh, sure.
We have lots of water sources all within, 3/4 of a mile, basically.
Wow.
This is just fascinating.
Do the males show up at the same time?
The males typically return first, and then the females return later, and then the females leave first. If they do have young, the male sticks around to feed the young longer. But
Have they delivered food at the same time? Do you know? The two males to the females?
oh, I haven't seen them both bringing a fish at the same time. I have seen where one male delivers a fish and the other male kind of comes. I don't know if he's trying to steal it, or it's pretty interesting to watch when they're all three at the nest.
So talk to me about what we are looking at here. Joel, is this a live cam shot, or is this people can log in to the PUD3 website and see this 24 hours a day?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
So we've seen a lot of really interesting things going on there, including we got to see some people dumping garbage out there and reported that in. And that got
good.
cleaned up.
Nice.
Let's see all.
Just recently, there was a yellow jacket nest that had been built on that. So I think we assisted getting rid of that for the birds.
Cool.
So, yeah, this is live and it's 24 hours a day. And there are a number of Osprey cams that are out there. But in Washington State, Ali and I were talking about this. I think there are only two
Wow.
utilities that have one. One being Cowlitz PUD in Longview and the other one being Mason PUD3 here in Shelton.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Is the Osprey like the Seahawk?
It is
Yes,
the
it
Seahawk.
is.
Is that what
Yeah.
the deal is?
And as a matter of fact, we named the two predominant birds. The third one, I don't know, Bubby or Billy or Frankie. But Penny
Uh-huh.
is the girl,
Nice.
and Griffin is the more predominant male.
Oh, so after some of the Seahawks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very clever. This
is
is a
cool.
lot of fun. Are you, do you ever take, I mean, is this something where you would take like a group of students to look at this thing and explain more? I mean, obviously you have to be, you can't go up there, right? But do you ever do those kind of outreach efforts with students or things
We
like
could.
that?
We could, yeah, we haven't yet.
I guess you can just watch it.
Yeah, there's a
Right
lot of
there.
wildlife related to the Johns Prairie Operations Center on our system. For example, we've been talking about the Osprey, but Johns Creek is a salmon-bearing stream. So this October, November, we'll see a chum run come up there in the end. We've had some students just recently come out and build a bat box
Oh, neat.
there. Hopefully it'll get rid of some of our mosquitoes that are living out there. But we also have JP, the red-tailed hawk, that lives out there and has a pretty good life tracking down critters. And most of our rain gardens have their own little ecosystem of birds, frogs. Sometimes the ducks come in. It's really fascinating to see.
You must have a
Very
great
cool.
time exploring and seeing all the nature that's out there with your
Yeah.
background.
I
and
know,
stuff.
what a hard
What a
job.
fun one, for sure. PUD3.org/Osprey, OSPREY. We'll put the links in the show notes on this interview when we post it, but you can watch the Mason PUD3 live stream of the cam. High atop, some 90 feet, looking down there. How
Nice
often-
looking nest,
Oh,
too.
it's a very nice looking nest. How often? So I just clicked on it, and it's empty now. But out of a 24-hour-a-day period, how long are the birds there?
So I'd say earlier in the season when they arrived, they were there constantly working on the nest and everything. Right now, they're typically there in the morning, probably for a couple hours, and then in the afternoon again, around like 2 to 3, they show back up,
Sure.
usually with fish in the
Nice.
afternoon. So
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
want to see that.
yeah,
Have a little siesta and then bring some food to the place. and
Yeah.
be good for the day.
Then wait for her suitors to come
Yeah,
along.
very cool. Well, you
love
can
it.
always find out more about all the great work the PUD3 does around the community and check out this Osprey Cam and find out what else they're doing with regards to safety and education and some of the other things they're doing around the community. And we'll get you guys back in to talk about those things as well. But a cool update on the Osprey Cam.
Very
it is,
cool.
there. Oh, yeah, live cam. There's a car driving by there right now.
Oh, right now. Oh,
Isn't that
with a
something?
little trailer on the back.
Allie, Joel, good to see you. Nice to meet
Good to
you,
see
and
you.
good to
Yeah,
see you, Joel.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have
guys.
a great rest of your day.